Hey guys, it's Philip here, and I'm back, and I've just finished trading these 5 races right here, and this is part of a new playlist I'm creating where I'm trading with small stakes. Okay, and you can see here today I made a very modest but simple profit of £4.44 using very small stakes, and I show you everything I do here. I've started with a fresh bank of £1,000 to show you how I would trade if I had a brand new bank, and I was new to trading, and I want to be careful. I don't want to lose money, and I want to basically learn how the market moves. Okay. So please do make sure, guys, please watch this playlist here first. This is the primer. This is the warm-up to this current playlist you're watching right now. So I'll leave a link below here to this video here. Please watch all these parts here so you understand what I'm doing with these videos, okay? Because otherwise you're going to watch this and think that, what's this £4 profit? Who cares, right? But the whole point here is if you watch this playlist here first and then continue watching the current playlist you're in right now, this will make more sense for you, okay? And so, with that in mind, guys, you can see here, these races here, I made some very good decisions. I read the market well. I was calm. I was collected. I show you my betting strategy. I show you how much I bet and why. I show you my stop losses. I show you why I'm doing certain things so you can learn as well. Okay? So with that in mind, guys, I'll jump in here. I'll show you all my trades, and we'll keep pushing forward with the pre-race markets on Betfair. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys, and please do like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next part. Because I'll be uploading more videos every single day now for the next few weeks, so you can see how much I make and the mistakes I make, and you can see all my trades. As always, I'm trading live, so please don't nitpick on every last decision, because with a fluid market, okay, things change very quickly, and most of the things I think are going to happen don't happen, okay? And so I can't see everything, I don't know everything, because the markets move where they move, and I'm trying my best here to educate you guys and to show you the truth behind trading. So please subscribe, guys, share this with anybody you know, and let's get going. Okay, thanks. Hi guys, Philip here, and in this playlist I'm going to be trading with small stakes. I'm trading the pre-race and the in-play trading on Betfair, and I'm going to be trading live here on these races right here. Okay, so I'm on the red car here at 13.35. I'll trade these here today. Okay, now I may not trade all of them. Okay, it depends on my schedule and so on. But today is very quiet. There's not many races, and so I'll start here. Now this here is part of a bigger playlist, okay? So if you can't see the rest of the playlist on the screen or on the right hand side, then there'll be a link in the description here for this playlist where I'm trading with small stakes to show you what to do to stop burning your bank, to stop losing more money than you're making, and to understand how you can control your betting so that you are actually a profitable trader. Okay. Now this here is the result of another playlist I created, which is called this one here. Okay, the horse race trading for beginners. So make sure you go and watch this 6-part series here, or 5-part series, before you watch this video here, before you continue watching the rest of the videos in this playlist here, because this here is the primer. This explains to you why and what I'm doing here, where I'm showing you how to trade with small stakes. So click the link below. Watch this series here first, and then continue watching this video here and the subsequent videos in this playlist about trading with small stakes. Okay, so for this one here, what I'm doing is I'm going to set myself certain rules, right? Because the whole point here is for me to show you how to trade with small stakes to not lose money, and I'm starting here with a £1,000 bank. Okay, as you can see here. Now I'm not trading here to make a lot of money. I'm trading here just to try and not to lose money, because as a beginner trader, that is the biggest battle, right? Beginner traders, what they tend to do is they come into a market like this here and they start slamming the bet button either on the backside or the lay side, and they overcommit. They have huge liabilities, and they end up losing £2, £3, £4, £10 per trade, and it's simply too much. Okay, so with that in mind, if I have a £1,000 bank, I would not trade with larger stakes than £10, ideally £2 or £5. And what I would do is I would say to myself, okay, I'm not going to have more than £20 in the market at any given point, either on the lay side or the back side. And I'll set myself a thing of saying I'm going to have like a 4 or 5 tick stop loss on every trade to make sure I don't overstake. In other words, here you can see here, I've got my global settings active here, and I've got offset and stop. I've got my offset here. I'll just put on 1 tick, and then I'll have the stop loss here 4 ticks and place at 5. So that means if I go in here now and just pop in a trade here, and when this is taken here, okay, this will then automatically put a stop loss 4 ticks below this here. So if this position goes through me, right, then that will be covered, right? Okay, so you can see here, right? Here you can see the stop loss auto closed at 4.4. Okay, so if the price goes here, they will then place a bet at 4.3 to make sure this position is closed off for a small loss, right? That takes the thinking out of the equation for you and makes your life a lot easier, right? And so that's going to be my rule here. At any given point, I can have 2 trades open, basically two 10-pound stakes at any given point. That way I can trade more than one horse. I can have one trade open and trade another one at the same time. So, it creates a bit more excitement, and I'll see what I can do from there, okay? Because otherwise, if I come in here, and even with 2-pound stakes, if I come in here with 2-pound stakes, and start slamming this here, bam, 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 bam. My liability goes up and up and up and up and up, and then suddenly even a £1,000 bank becomes quite treacherous, because if you have one bad loss where you lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, then that is a disproportionate amount to what you normally win, which means that as a beginner trader, you are going to start losing more and more and more money. So that's the key here, discipline. So right now, I had my first successful trade there, okay, 20p, score. And so that right now, discipline, right? Because it's very tempting to start trading more and more and more to win more money. But your goal as a beginner, again, if you go, make sure you go and watch this playlist here first, okay, as a primer. Your goal is to start practicing winning and practicing numbing your emotional core so you can keep winning, okay? And so making a correct decision means more than winning a few quid here and there, okay? And so, with that in mind, I'll just jump in here. I'll start trading these horses here and see what we can do, okay? So, red car, £60,000 matched here, 8 horses. You can see the favourite here has only got 36% of the market. And this one here is coming down, so I might jump here on the lay side on this one here for 1 tick. And again, I've got my automatic stop loss here, so if it hits the stop loss, that's fine. That'll be fine. And we'll just see what happens here. Again, here right now, the liquidity is basically nothing. You can see here £17, £6, whatever. So there's nothing really happening. My trade's been taken here now. The market doesn't pick up until the 5-minute mark, and then it picks up again around the 2-minute mark. So there's a slight flurry at 5 minutes and a massive flurry at 2 minutes, and that's when things really kick off. Okay. So you can see here now, this one here is here. So I'm just going to scratch this here. Okay. Remember, a scratch is the same as a winning bet. Not losing for a beginner is a massive victory. And also having the discipline to actually scratch it is even bigger. Because right here, it's very tempting for me right now to, I'll wait. I'll leave this here. I'll wait and see if I can get 1 tick, because it might come back, right? No, scratch it. Boom, scratch, gone, start again, right? Because that way you don't lose money. And so, you see the favourites going out a little bit, but again, I can't really decide at this point here because there's no movement. I'm just going to see if I can bring the feed up for this race. So you can see this one's scratched. Okay, a scratch is a huge victory for beginners because you don't lose money. And so I'm just going to bring up the feed here, see what I can do. See if I can hear anything or see anything that's suspicious or can give me an edge in some way. So you can see this one here is continuing to come in. The favourite is starting to come out. I'll pop in a trade here so I can get ahead of the queue. And I'll place one more here somewhere. And again, if you go and watch the previous playlist, it's all about you numbing your emotions, right? So by you having active trades open, it forces you to think. And so make sure you use small stakes, because that means that when your position's open and if or when you go into the red, you aren't emotionally committed and you don't have an emotional reaction. Your mission, the minute your bets are in play, or even when you're waiting like this here, you can see on the first horse here, I'm waiting. Right now, my focus is, how is the market moving? What's happening with these horses here, and how is that influencing this horse here, and vice versa? That's what we're looking at. Don't worry about the profit. The profit doesn't matter. It's about you practicing, right? You're going to hear me say that again and again and again, because guess what? Repetition is the mother of all learning. And if you don't know that, then there's a reason why you're losing, right? And so... As you can see, there's not really much happening. I'll probably go on the lee side here for 1 tick. Actually, you know what? I'll take that away, because now we're coming up to the 2-minute mark here, and there's usually a big flurry of bets coming in at 2-minute mark. Okay. So on this one here, I should be ahead of the queue, which is good. So if you watch here now, wait until the bang on 2 minutes. You'll notice a huge flurry in the activity. Keep an eye. See here with the green graph is. This is the bets coming in, the back bets and so on. So keep an eye on that. At the 2-minute mark, you'll see suddenly a big spike. Or normally that's what happens anyway. Not every time, but normally. See that? Boom. Exactly 2-minute mark. So I'll jump in here for a quick scalp, if I can. Oh, I think I just missed it. I'll take that away again. Just missed it. So the favourite has come in quite heavily. This one here has remained stagnant. This one has shot off. Let's see if the favourite continues. So the favourite is continuing to come down here. If it takes the 3-7, I'll go on the lay side for 1 tick. Yeah, I'll go on the lay side for 1 tick, see if I can scalp at 1 tick. Yeah, nice one. And again, that's another correct decision. So right now I've scratched 1. That's a 1 point for me. I've got 1 trade right here. That's 1 point for me. And I've got 1 trade here. So 3 out of 3 so far. And again, it's safe. It's subtle. It's very in and out. Small stakes. It's beautiful. And I'm just listening to the audio here as well for the racing. Unfortunately, the video feed is really poor quality, so I probably can't take this in play. So they're saying that the Fakenham and Haydock have been cancelled today, which is why there's not many races. So I'll pop in the 1 scalp here as well, see if I can get that matched in the last few seconds before the race goes off. Nope. I'll jump in this one here, see if I can scalp one off here. Might just scratch this off. No, I'll leave that. See if this gets taken. Be nice. So the reason why I laid here is because when the liquidity dies, they tend to just kind of flatline where they are. And the price goes up and down in between the 2 points because there's no real money coming in either side. So right now, this one here should hopefully be matched. But there's nothing coming in on the lay side. But there is obviously money on the back side there. So that means I have some time. Nope. So I'll just try and scratch it off. And they're still loading here, as you can see as well. Still loading. So I've got a few more seconds. So that's scratched. So again, that's another correct decision, right? I didn't lose anything. Again, I didn't lose. That's perfect. So I'll scratch this here off for 30p profit. Okay. So there you go, right? That's the first one done now. So I'll close this trade off now because they're about to load, and there's no liquidity either. So and I can't go in play because the live feed is terrible, so I can't actually see what the hell is going on. See if it's better now. Oh. No, okay. As you can see, there's video feed is terrible. My internet's fine, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, so point being, guys, you can see there, it's safe, it's subtle, it's simple, right? And you're reading the market. And in the next race here, I'll try and explain more why I'm laying, why I'm backing. But this here, again, so you can see there, I made all the correct decisions, which meant that I was calm, collected. I wasn't overstretched with the liability, in, out, quick and easy, and having a 33p profit may not seem like a lot, but imagine that was £50 stakes, right? The result would be the same, right? But that would be a £1.50 profit, right? And so it's all about you kind of using that kind of correlation there to understand how things move. Okay, so the live feed is actually okay now, so I might actually take this in play here. And now, again, when I go in play, going in play for beginners is exceedingly risky. So don't go in play unless you're very comfortable doing it and you're comfortable losing money. Because when you go in play, you're almost guaranteed to lose money. So what you do here is, if you are going to go in play and you're a beginner, go here by liability. That means that when you go on liability on back or lay, you set yourself a max liability of £10. That means regardless of what happens, so if you go on the lay side of one horse, the max you can lose is £10. That way you protect your bank, okay? Because I honestly, guys, I've burnt so many banks doing this here back in my early days of trading, where I get overconfident or I click the wrong button or something, right? And boof, you lose like £500 or £1,000, boof, gone, right? And so you use this here, liability, staking amount, and set here £10, £10, £10, or £2 even. Because that means if you make a mistake, it's totally fine. And so I'll turn off I'll put on the greening here and offset tick by 5. And yeah, I'll see what I can do here. So I'll go ahead and lay this one here because he's in the middle there. So the orange one will be stuck in the back there for a few seconds. So this one here should be taken. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. And you can see this one here is being ridden along. See the orange one there? He's now being pushed along, and he's kind of stuck in the stuck in the middle, which is why the price is going up. And because he's really struggling now. It looks like, anyway. So he's running well now, but it doesn't look like he's... I'll go on the lay side here on that one. Nope. Did I take the bet? No, don't think so. Don't think that got taken there. 2.48. Yeah, he got matched on both sides, looks like. Okay, cool. Anyway. So on that one there, last second there, Mercedes lay 2.84 and backed 3.1. So I've got that matched in and out quickly. Okay, and again that was already a very very risky bet because it looks like it's a dead heat, isn't it? It looks very very close. But anyway, but the in those last seconds the price goes up and down so fast you can't even see it. Okay, but the point being there, had I lost that bet, I would have only lost £10. Okay, and that's manageable and that's okay. In your case, it could have had £5 or £7 or £6. Again, whatever you're comfortable doing, right? That's what it's all about. Okay, and so now I'll jump here to the next race. And like I said, guys, if you're new, don't go in play. Okay, that's simple. Don't go in play. That's simple. I'll say it again. Don't go in play. Okay, because in play is very very risky, and you're guaranteed to lose money until you're very comfortable doing what I just did there. Right. And okay, so what I'll do now is I will simply come back in 30 minutes because there's two other meetings have been cancelled today, which is why there's nothing else going on. Okay, so I'll come back in about 25 minutes. Okay. All right, guys. So we are back. 9 runners, and I'll try and explain to you more what I'm doing and why in this one here. So I've got my offset here with the stop. Okay, offset and stop. 1 tick offset and 4 and 5 here, and fixed ticks. That will then offset my put the stop loss in, and so I don't need to think about that. So it's a handicap race, and you can see here that all the traded ranges are quite narrow, or quite small rather. And with this kind of race here, when you have there's no real clear favorites. You got these horses here are very very similar price really. These tend to be fairly stable. Okay, not every single time. Okay, there obviously are variations, but with these type of races, they tend to kind of just bounce up and down in between the traded ranges. So with these ones here, I quite like to go on the lay side when it's at the bottom of this range, and on the back side if it's top of this range. Okay, obviously you still need to monitor where the money comes in because they can and will drift or steam in, but they tend to do it in a bit of a slower fashion. Okay, But every market is different, right? So we can't just take that as gospel every time. You have to monitor what's happening. You can see the favorite here is completely flat. So this one here, I'm just gonna, I'll wait and see what happens here with this one in the next few minutes. As you can see, there's a big stake come in there for this one here. Favorites come in. I'll probably go on the lay side here on the favorite, I think. Yeah, I'll go on the lay side here, and I'll go on the back side on this one here. Okay, and that's now been offset here. And again, the reason for that is a big stake come in, came up, swallowed up all the prices. This is at 6 mark here. And again, I feel the chances are it's going to come back for a tick and take this here. Okay, and so this one here may do the same thing. So we'll see how this works out. I might scratch this one here if it doesn't work. So now you can see both of these are now about to be taken. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay, this one here I'll just scratch off now. Again, remember, a scratch is as good as a win. This one here as well. Boom, scratch. Which you can see this, the amount of money here dropped. So then now this one's going up. Okay, see that? And now if this comes down, the losing trader starts sulking and whinging about, oh, the market always goes against me. It's like, no, the market goes where it is going to go. It's your decision to get in or out of the market. So you can see now I'm in a losing position here, but I can back up again. And I'm now in front of the queue, and just one more match here, and that should all be taken there. Okay, so a scratch is a good thing. It shows you're in control. It shows that you're in control of what's happening, and you are able to read the market. And so, but you can see there's no liquidity, right? So there's, £3, £2, nothing. There's nothing happening, right? So with these kind of markets here, there's not really much you can do. Doesn't matter if you have £1 stakes or £5,000 stakes. It doesn't really matter because you can see them. It's just not moving, right? But as I said before, around about the 2-minute mark, the market picks up drastically. So I'll be ready for that. What I can do, I can pop in trade here and pop in one here, just so I'm ahead of the queue here. So if there's a big spike on one of these two here, which probably will be on the 2-minute mark, then I'll be ahead of the queue. So you can see the favorite now is on the bottom of his range. This one's crashing in over here. See that? This one's drifting out. This one's coming in. So I'll cancel this one here, cancel this one here, and I'll go on the backside here on the favorites because it looks like it might be coming in, and I'll go on the lay side on this one here. See if I can scalp out one tick. I'll take away this one here because I want to see if this continues upwards. Again, it's one of those horses where I can't see any reason why we'll keep coming in for that far. So the favorite here you can see is not coming in anymore. It's just sitting, bouncing back and forth. So I might have scratches here for a small loss. But now I can do, if I can scratch this here now for a scratch, right? And I can make a small profit here, then that's good, right? Because then I don't lose here and I win a little bit here. So I'll continue to leave this here for now. See how far it drifts. This one here should now be scratched, right? And the reason I laid this one here is because you can see it came down, it came down, it came down. And again, there's nothing really happening in the markets. There's no reason why it should keep going in, keep going in. So you can see now here, it's coming up. They are now loading up, so I need to actually get out of this trade here. So I'll see if I can get out here. might have to... Come on. One little nudge here. Come on. One little nudge. It should be taken. They're still loading up, so I've got some time. Boom, look at that. Okay, so a nice £1 whole profit there. But you can see I was reading it right, and I had 2 scratches, right, which showed I was calm, I was collected, I wasn't panicking about the losses, right, and that's what this is all about. Okay, and again, the feed here is not doing well, so I'll try and reload it and see if that fixes the feed. And I'll go ahead here and swap over to the in-play trading, just in case I can spot anything. Maybe this here will work better this time. And I'll put my fixed liability here to maximum £10. So that's the maximum I can lose. And I'll put here to greening and offset by, let's say, 10 ticks. And we'll see what happens here. Again, as always, if you're not comfortable doing in-play, don't go in-play. Stick to the pre-race, that's totally fine. In-play is extremely fast, very risky, and unless you're very comfortable doing it, then you are going to lose money. Okay. I can't really see anything as such. Cannot see anything. They're all in line, but I can't really see what depth they are. So you can see this one here is being ridden. See that? And I just missed it. See that? Nope, it got taken there. And it's been matched right away. Boom. So you can see it's really struggling. See this one here, is at the front there. That's fine. Okay, so £1.25. I'm happy with that. And so we'll just move on to the next race here. And the next one is in 30 minutes. Okay, so I'll come back in 30 minutes. I'll change my settings here back to what I had before. Stop, 1 tick, 4 or 5. Global, yeah. Okay, so I'll come back in about I'll come back in about 25, 30 minutes. Okay, so we're back again now, and you can see there's already £150,000 match in this market here, so this is quite a good market. So I'll go ahead and put 2 stakes here on this one here. So one's been taken already, because it's coming up to a resistance point here. And so again, it should bounce up and down here for a little bit before, if it does break through. Okay. And as always, guys, please make sure you go and watch this playlist here. Watch this playlist here first before you watch these videos here, so you understand what I'm doing here in this trading video here and the subsequent videos about trading with small stakes. Okay. Otherwise, what I'm doing here will not make sense. And so the first one here should be taken. And like I mentioned before, I'm only ever going to have. I've set myself a rule of only having 2 open bets at any given point. Okay, that keeps my potential losses down, and it keeps my emotions in check. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to teach you here. So you see the first one's now being taken. That's great. And the second one might be as well, but it looks like it might go against me. So I'm going to try and scratch this off. I'll hope it's here, and if mine doesn't get taken, I'll try and scratch it. Again, a scratch is better than nothing, so practicing scratching trades is very, very good. Okay, but it looks like it might be taken now. Just one, yep, that should be taken. Come on, one little nudge. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's now a scratch, but I've got 1 tick, so that's good. Now, when you have short price favorites like this here, they can be quite tricky because they tend to drift or steam very, very, very quickly. Okay, so with these ones here, I recommend trading the other horses as this one moves. So what you'll notice is because the prices are so low on this one, it can move 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ticks before it has an impact on the other horses. So it's almost like you get a bit of advanced warning, which I really like. As you can see now, this one here is now approaching 6. But with this third horse here, you can see it's come in quite a lot already. It was at 10s before, right? And so I will be inclined to go on the lay side on this one, depending on what happens on the favourite, okay? Because it has come in quite heavily already. And so if the favourite starts to come in price, then I'll be inclined to lay this one here. But again, I can't predict that, but that's what my gut tells me. And so, with 4 minutes on the clock, let's get the live feed up here. So this one here has been drifting off. We can see the market's kind of just dried up. It's a big stake there on the favourite. This one has now broken through the 6, as you can see. The favourite is drifting out. So this one here might actually continue to come in because the favourite is now starting to drift, it looks like. I'll go on the lay side here for two ticks here, just in case it does come down. See if I can get ahead of the queue. And as we're approaching the 2 minute mark, there should be a big spike now in activity in about 50 seconds. As always, if you're ever unsure of the market, waiting for the market to come to you is sometimes better. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to wait and see, because I'm not in a hurry. I don't need to trade. I don't need to. Like I said before, I'm not trying to make money here. I'm just trying to make the correct decision. I'm trying to show control. I'm trying to show that I'm in control of what the market is doing in terms of me and my experience, right? You can see now this has been taken, it's great. Although this is quite bad timing because I've got 18 seconds until the 2 minute mark, and that's when a big fluctuation comes in. So this could be very bad. Because if now there's a big spike that goes down or up, right, it could be really bad or really good, right? So this here, I'm now in a bit of a vulnerable position, right? So I'm going to take this one out, this one here out, and leave that one there that got taken, and boom, see that? Shoots up. So that was pure, sort of basically luck on my part in the sense that it went in my direction. I just want to scratch this off here for the 45p. But had that been the opposite way, had that come down, right, that would have taken my stop loss, right? As you can see there, again, I was in control. I saw what was coming. I reacted. I did well. And a bit of luck on my side as well, okay? Now you can see it's shooting off here. So in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have gone my gut feeling and put in a late trade and not had the scalped off. I should have just left it. Because that here now would have been like sort of a £7-8 profit here just from a £10 stake. Okay. But you can see now this one has come out now, but there's been no real reaction here. This one's not come in. This one's come in a little bit, but not really that much. So this one here might now be in in a way to come down again. So see if the fabric is drifting. I'm gonna go on the back side here on this one, I think. Yeah. And I might actually remove this down. See if this comes back down again. Okay, so that's one tick. So you can see the fabric drifting. See that? There's 2 ticks. One more. Yeah, one more. Come on. Give it a nudge. One little nudge. One little nudge there. Boom. See that? So you can see the favorite's drifting. But what I noticed was that this one came out. But when it came out, the other horses didn't react. There was nothing really happening. So I had a feeling it was going to come back in again. Right? It has to correct itself. So now what I can potentially let this go in play. And if this third horse here wins, I win £6, or I can take the £1.36 profit. Okay, so I'll take the £1.36 profit. And I'll now take this in play. Change here, liability, change this to greening. And I'll do offset here by, let's say, 10 ticks. Bring this over here. And see if I can do anything for the in play. Again, as always, if you're brand new, do not go in play. Please, I'm begging you, don't go in play. You will lose money. Okay. In-play trading is definitely more exciting for sure, because it's fast and it's furious, and the odds go up and down, and you can feel your heart racing even if you're not betting. Right, it's exciting. And also, I would say that in-play trading has definitely much bigger potential for bigger profits, but it also has potential for much bigger losses. Right. Again, so I've got a £10 liability here. So if I lose £10, that's fine, right? Because within my bank, that is only 1% of my bank, so that's an okay loss. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll just going to listen to the audio here. So on this one here, on in-play one, what I'm looking for the favorite to have not a great start, because when you have a short price favorite, if the favorite has a bad start, obviously hasn't fallen, right? Then if the second favorite or the third favorite are leading, then the prices tend to not come down that much, and you can start laying them. Because obviously the market is expecting the favorite to run quite well. And so we'll see how this goes here. It's a great camera angle here with a flipping tree in the middle, but you would think someone would say, can you please cut down that tree? That's very, very bad for our coverage. But obviously it's been growing a long time and they haven't cared to chop it down, so that's great. So you see either buy has had a good start. So I can't really see anything, to be honest. So either buy's been pushed along already. See that? That's why the price is going up. It's being challenged. See that? Definitely. Should have laid it there. Looks like he's going to lose. Yeah. Anyway. Didn't spot anything there, so I'll just jump in here and I'll get ready for the next race. So change back here, stake, and stop. One, and yeah. And I'll go here to the next race. The next one is in probably another 20 minutes. So far we've done okay. So we got 60p there, we have 1.25 there, and we have 1.30 here. Okay, so that's again. So far, I've not really, as far as I'm aware, I've not made any drastic mistakes. I've done some in-play trading, which obviously always carry risk. But again, I'm here. I'm still in profit, so I've not made any mistakes so far, which is good. And most of the trades I've done so far, where I've been reading the market, I've been reading it and making correct decisions. I even predicted a few moves that I should have acted on that I didn't actually act on. And so yeah, so this is what it's all about. So when you're doing this kind of thing, guys, when you're trading with small stakes and practicing, I'll say it again, and I will say it again and again and again. Your aim is not to make money. Your aim is to make the correct call. Your aim is to make the right choice. And most of the time for you guys, the right choice is getting out of the trade, okay, scratching it, right? Even if it means taking a small loss, because that means that you are in control. If you find yourself always hitting your stop loss, it means that you're either not reacting fast enough, or you're not scratching it fast enough, or you're always reading the wrong market. And that tells you there's something wrong. So if you're able to have 10 races back to back where you enter a market and you always scratch it for a zero net profit, that's a huge victory for you, because it shows that you are in control. And the next stage for you is simply to understand how to actually turn that into a small profit. Okay. And so I'll remind you again here, please go and watch this playlist here before you watch these videos I'm watching, you're watching right now, because this playlist here acts as a primer for you to understand what I'm doing in this playlist, okay? And so I'll come back in about 20 minutes and I'll start trading this next race here as well. Okay. Okay, so we're back again, and see 11 runners here, and the favourite is shorter priced and has 45% of the market. I'm very tempted to go on the back side of the favourites because I feel it's probably going to come in. But what I'll do is I can get on in a nice position here out of the queue. Also, what I can do is, for example, here, again, you can see it's a handicap race. There's a lot of runners. So again, the trade ranges here, as you can see, quite large in this one here, but you can see it's at the bottom of the range here. So I could, in theory, go on the lay side here with the thinking that this is going to come up a few ticks here as is at the bottom of his range here. Particularly because if I think the favourites can come in, then that in theory gives me an edge, at least in my mind, that this one here might come up, right? But obviously, that's pure speculation, but the thing being here is like it's at the bottom of the range as well, so I would say this one here might come up in price, okay? But that's just a theory, as it were. But if that starts happening, right, as I showed in the last trade, where I got a nice trade for like £1.30 profit, right? If you start reading the market, then you start seeing things happening, right? So I probably will pop in here for a quick scalp on the lay side here. Again, I'll just hover here and drag it down here and hold it here. If this one doesn't come up again, I'll simply scratch it off. Press up again, that's good. But I'll scratch it, okay? Again, if this gets scratched, then that's, in my mind, that is a good decision. And now that we're approaching the 5-minute mark, things should start to pick up a little bit. So that's unscratched, that's good. But like I said, what I can do, if in theory, is to, again, I can only place 2 stakes, so I can place one here and get ahead of the queue there. So if there is a big spike, right, because obviously now the market's going to pick up. And also what I could do here is, for example, come down here and put in a position here as well to get ahead of the queue and just sit and wait. Or if you want to jump in and actually trade more aggressively, then that's fine as well, okay? But again, it's all about you using whatever strategy you feel is you're comfortable doing. So you can see now the favourites coming in. And you can see here now, look what's happening here. It's coming up, this one. It's almost as if someone predicted that, right? So you can see how suddenly you can start, boom, look at that, reading the market, right? So I'll cancel this one here. I'll leave that one there for now. And we'll see what happens here on the favourite. So you can see it's £1,000 here. And what I can do now in theory is to go on the lay side here because this is going to act as a buffer. But again, I'll leave that for now. So now I need to try and, again, just try and react here and think, well, is this here going to keep drifting? Because now at the middle of his range here, trading the middle range is never the best idea. And that will depend on what happens to the favourites. Because like I mentioned in the last race, when you have a short price favourite or shorter, right, it takes 2 or 3 ticks before the other horses react. So it acts as a warning signal, right, which is quite handy. So if this one here continues to come in, then there's a real chance this one here might actually continue, because you saw there there was a clear reaction between these two here. I'm just gonna listen to the audio here and see if they're saying anything about the horses. And in about 47 seconds, there'll be a huge uptake in the liquidity. Right now, you can see there's nothing really happening, right? But if there is a big spike here, what I'll do, I'll get ahead of the queue here and I'll pop in a trade there. Because you can see there's no money here waiting right? So again, it looks like it's going to drift off, right? This one's come in and taken my bet here. So I'll hover over here. Oh, it's got taken. That's good. That's scratched. I was saying here, you can see there's no money here at all. See that? So you know what? I'm going to go on lay side here. I'll go on the lay side. I'll cancel this one here. I'm going to take this here for a longer trade. Okay, see if it's continues to drift off. But you can see here that my stop loss is not active, but that's fine. I'll find out why that is, and I'll take this here £1 profit there. So my stop loss was not active there. That may have been cancelled when I cancelled my bet, I think. That's fine. So you can see there, nice £1 profit. So again, I called that one. I called that one, right? That I had a good feeling that was going to happen. That's what happened, right? Now is kind of the opposite. So you think, well, God, okay, this one's crashing in. How far is that going to go? Should I go on lay side here? Because that's a long drift, right? Or long steam rather. So again, there I could have scalped out a tick because you see it actually stopped and went up again. Now you can see this one here is flatlining as well. This one is flatlining. This one's flatlining. So now I could, in theory, go on lay side, right? But boom, look, it's going down again. And let's see. This one here is crashing as well. Look at that. Now only 30 seconds on the clock here. Not very much I can do. Have to load up the video again. And now with 20 seconds on the clock here, what we'll see now in a second, this one here will now flatline and just sort of stall at one point here. Probably around about now, I reckon. Now you can see here where the match bets are. See how they're both increasing here? Now it just stalls. See the flat line starts here? And now is more likely to drift than it is to come in my experience, okay? I might be wrong, but see that? Now it's starting to go up again, right? I do love it when you call it out and it comes to fruition. But these are kind of things, you'll start spotting these kind of things by just being actively in trading. Because right now, guys, as I'm looking now, because I'm not losing money, my focus is here. My focus is on just learning the market. I'm not worried about, I'm in the red. I need to regroup. I need to get that back, right? And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys here, is just to keep that in mind. So your goal is not to make money; it's to learn the market and how it moves. Okay, that's your goal. That's what you're trying to get at here. So again, I'll try and do a quick little in-play trade here. These ones here aren't that good. 5 furlongs. The camera angle's crap. Right? You can't see anything. So these ones here are not that great to do, to be honest. Which is why I'm not really doing sort of very well in these. But you have to give it a shot, right? And again, my max liability is £10. So if I lose that, I lose that. But it's fine. We'll see how this goes, because at the moment I think we're almost at £5 profit. So if I do lose £10, then I've only lost £5. And again, I'm not here to win money. I'm here to learn how the market moves and to minimize my losses, nothing else. And again, you see short price favorite here. Stall number 3. Can't see where stall is free, but there we go. You would think these guys would invest in better camera angles than this for their audience, but especially with the amount of money they make. Right. Looks like the favourites had a terrible start in the back there, but I cannot see for certain, so no idea. See the favourites here. Is that the favourites? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, no point watching this because I couldn't actually see anything or do anything there, so that's fine. And we'll move on here to the next one. And one last reminder, guys, please do watch this playlist right here. Watch this playlist here first. I'll leave a link below. Make sure you watch this first to understand what I'm doing in this video, to understand exactly. This here is the primer to this playlist here where I'm trading with small stakes. Okay, so make sure you go and watch that first. And so I'll jump on here to the next one. And I'll probably make this my last one today. So I've got a few things to go and take care of. But so far, guys, you can see here, right? So we have 60p profit, we have £1.25, we have £1.30, and now we have £1.17 as well. Okay, so far 100% strike rate. And in a few of these races here, I've made a few judgment calls where I've said this is going to happen, and it happens, right? I have no idea why I'm not putting my money where my mouth is, but there we go. I'll try and do it next time. And yeah, so what I'll do here is I'll switch back here to the normal stakes. Offset and stop loss and one tick, and there we go. Okay, and yeah, so what I'll do here, I'll come back in a few seconds, and or in about 25 minutes, and we'll trade this one here as well. Okay, guys, so I'm back again, and we'll just continue trading as before. And so we have a 8-horse race here. The market's already crossed £100,000, and the favourite here only has 40% of the market. So I'm tempted to go on lay side, but we'll see. Again, we'll hang back and see what happens. The only 4 horses that are actually worth trading are the first 4 here. Any other horses there are just too high a price, so they're going to have no impact on any movements or anything. So as always, if this one here goes up, then one of these have to come down. And when you have 2 short price ones like this here, they tend to bounce off each other. But obviously, if they both come in, they're going to push both of these out drastically. Okay. And so I can get ahead of the queue here on this one, because you can see here there's 350 sitting on 3s and only 170 on 305. So that means this 300 can act as a small buffer there, should they come down there. And I'll do the same here on this one. I might just pop in here on 3s. Again, I'm not in a hurry, so I'll sit there and wait. Also because when you're trading with small stakes, unfortunately, trading the smaller price horses, the incremental price increases per tick is tiny, so the profits are very, very small. So honestly, I wouldn't recommend chasing the price, jumping in just to jump in, because if the price goes against you, then for the risk versus reward, it's like, it's not really worth risking. But if you can get ahead of the queue, then that's different, because you can get in a much more advantageous position. Okay. So I'll bring up the live feed here and see if I can hear anything or see anything. This one here is coming in. There's a big spike there. See on this favorite here, some massive stake came in. Interesting to see that this one came in, but this one here did not move. See that? Has not moved at all. This one shot out, but this one hasn't moved. So that tells me this one here is probably going to bounce back up again a little bit. You see, it still hasn't moved. See this one here? Not budging at all. But these two though are crashing out. So I'm certainly tempted now. Oh, there we go. Now this one here is coming crashing in as well. I'm just going to scratch this one here real quick. Scratch. Because you can see there's quite a lot of money there. So this one here is interesting to see. Because you can see this, when this one here came crashing in, this second one here did not budge at all. It did not move. And so the reason why this one didn't stop is because this one was crashing out, and this one came out as well. You can see here, this one came out, and this one came out. This one stayed put, but yeah. So anyway, so it certainly looks like these two here might continue to go out, I think. So I'm tempted to go on the lay side of these two. So I'll go on the lay side here and the lay side here, just see if I can scalp out one tick. So this one's been taken here. This one is out of reach. This one here I might have to scratch. Seems that liquidity just died off. There's nothing coming in. See that? Very strange. I just want to check something here. So if I... Okay, so because in the... see, Puella... Oh, that's still sitting there. Okay, sorry. I was wondering what the hell is that. I just want to check something here. So when I have the offset and stop active, if I go in with a trade here, so if I jump in here, for example, here on the lay side, I want to see. Oops, oh, I just missed that. I want to see if I move that, if my stop loss moves, because in the last one, when I cancel my opposite bet, my stop loss also cancelled. So next time I'm going to see if I can move. If that stop loss also gets cancelled, if I move the bet and don't cancel it. Anyway, so you can see this one here is crashing in. This one is crashing out. It's unfortunate. I missed that large move there. This one here is not moving at all. It's just flatlining at threes. That's quite incredible. So I'm not really sure what to do here. This one here is a weird one. I'm not sure how to read this. You know, this one is crashing in. This one's not moving either. It's just stuck there. And these ones can't keep going out and out and out and out and out. So I reckon this one is probably going to bounce back now. So there we go, nice bounce. A whopping 7p profit. So you can see that's why trading these low price ones, the risk versus reward. When you see how fast they move with small stakes, it's like it's almost not worth the 4 ticks to find out if it's gonna go your way or not. Just look at this one here, Jesus, crashing out. Huh. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this one here because you can see it's very erratic, right? It's crashing down. This one's come down and up again. These ones are going straight out. And again, if whenever you find yourself going, I'm not sure what to do here, then don't do anything. Okay, just bow out, as it were. Okay, and so with that in mind, I'll now jump ahead here and change over to my in play here. So I'll go to greening, go to 15 off tick, refresh the live feed here. Hopefully that'll be better quality. And this one here is a mile race, so I might be able to do something better here on this one because I can actually maybe see something. And so yeah, so there's still a few minutes of loading up. So I'll pause the video here. I'll come back in a few minutes. Alrighty, so they are now about to go off. Seems like the cameraman's being blown by the wind. It's so unstable. Either that or he's drunk. And they're about to go off. Really can't see anything from this angle. I can't see the numbers or anything. So, again, I'll probably not do anything else from here. Can't see anything. Man, this cameraman is shaky. I really can't see anything. There's definitely a blistering wind, that's for sure. Okay, never mind. I'll just leave this here because I can't actually see anything. The camera's just shaking all over the place. So anyway, guys, so I'll call that a day for today. So we had a nice 60p profit, £1.25, £1.36, £1.17, and 20p. Okay, and if I head over to my Betfair account here, you can see we're here now. Okay, so if I go here to the profit and loss for the day, I think that the last one, the 20p one, won't show because obviously that race is still in play. You can see here, right, clear as day. Okay, so again, as always, guys, please do go and watch this playlist here first to understand what I'm doing, to understand the point of this here. And so what I'll do is over the next week or two, I'll keep trading with these small stakes, and I'll, you never know. I might end up with a 100% strike rate. I doubt that. Very likely I'm going to get a few wrong. But you can see this kind of trading here, guys. The point of it is, again, I'll mention this again here. The point is for you to learn how to read the markets. Okay, so inside these markets here, there were a few points where I said that's going to happen, and guess what? It happened, right? It's a shame I didn't actually put my money where my mouth is, and because I would have made a lot more money, right? But the point being that when you're sitting there and when you are not emotionally involved, and when you are not emotionally pissed off for losing £1, £2, £3, you are then able to read the market better because you are unassociated with any bias anywhere. And that's where I can look at market and say, that might happen in a few seconds, and boom, it happens. Whereas a losing trader might be sitting there with a £2 loss and is so pissed off by having lost £2 or £5 or £10 that they miss what's going on because they're emotionally involved. Okay, so that's the whole point here. Okay, so guys, with that in mind, I hope that was helpful, and please stick around for the next video in this playlist here, where I'll continue to trade with the low stakes. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.